With major overhaul of visa rules by the Trump administration, very few options are left for students willing to study in English-speaking countries, the United Kingdom and Ireland being two such options. We will base this comparison on some of the most common pointers that students look at while considering studying abroad. Of course, it's not fair to compare the UK with Ireland, as UK is quite a big country with plenty of universities. Nonetheless, Ireland has also some world-renowned universities, even though it falls behind on number of universities. Before you start your research about universities and courses, you need to know what is the study visa called in both the countries. In UK, it is known as the Tier 4 General Student Visa, while in Ireland, it is known as the Stamp 2 Study Visa. The major deciding factor to even the richest of students willing to study abroad is cost. Big universities such as Cambridge, Manchester in the UK and Trinity or UCD in Ireland cost a lot more than others. I advise you go to the website of each university and compare the cost of education. However, cost of living is something that would mess up your budget. The UK is one of the most developed nations in the world, and obviously the cost of living is also high. However, the value of money for someone living in the UK is much higher compared to that of the Irish city of Dublin. No surprise, this means cost of living in Dublin is quite high as well. However, if you look at other smaller cities such as Galway or Cork, life is more affordable. Accommodation in Dublin is as high as London. On an average, you will be spending €500 in Ireland or up to £450 in the UK for basic accommodation. The high cost of living in these Western countries can be offset by working part-time. As a student, you can work up to 20 hours a week during semester and up to 40 hours a week in vacations. In the UK, the lowest paying job will offer you £7 to £9 an hour, while in Ireland, lowest paying jobs offer €9 to €11 an hour. But 20 hours of work is not always guaranteed. Your employer may just need you to work for 12 hours, 16 hours or 20 hours as required. This will affect your earnings, and relying on part-time jobs alone can make you feel poor in both the countries. The cost of transportation is also high from a student's standpoint in both the countries, and I would advise you to buy a bike for your daily commute. Let us talk about the career opportunities in Ireland first. Career opportunities outside Dublin are scant. A small country with a limited number of job opportunities, seeing a sudden surge of international students. Where would the jobs come from? I understand people look at companies such as Google, Facebook, Intel moving in Ireland, but forget to consider the thousands of students coming to the country. There is a skill shortage, but it is not so huge to produce thousands of jobs. The United Kingdom also sees a huge number of foreign students, but just like Ireland, the number of jobs available is much less than the number of job seekers. Now, there are hundreds of blogs and videos stating why you should study in any of these countries. But after speaking to past and present international students in both the countries, I have made the following practical list. First, let us look at the advantages of studying in Ireland. Not many. Now, the most important thing here is that it's a good alternative to the US. Ireland offers really good courses in computing, finance, and accounting, with realistic chances of getting a job. You can get a master's degree in 1 year in Ireland, although few but highly respected universities. Advantage of studying in the UK is you get to taste its rich heritage, and there are large number of universities to choose courses from. 1 year master's course like Ireland, but rich in diversity, which will give you good international exposure. Value of money higher than Ireland, and some may agree the country requires foreign talent to offset losses due to Brexit. Here is the disadvantages of studying in Ireland. There are very few universities to choose from, close to none job opportunities for non-computing courses, very few companies outside Dublin, no diversity, poor international exposure. I'm stating this from my own personal experience. High cost of living, the value of money is quite low. Disadvantages of studying in the UK, of course, high cost of living, high cost of accommodation, few job opportunities post-studies, and Dare I say, Brexit. I don't think Brexit is a disadvantage, but in countries such as India, Brexit is thought of as a ghost haunting the United Kingdom. So here's my thoughts on it. The universities based in UK stand not only to lose the pool of students coming from the European Union, but also the European Research Development Fund. The best possible resolution that would offset this is simply getting more students from outside Europe. And which country has the biggest student population in the entire world? India, of course. And yeah, China. Now I get this question a lot of times, and let me clear it up once and for all in this video. People ask me, is studying abroad in either UK or Ireland advised? My answer is simply no. Well, personally, I advise against studying in either of the countries. It's understandable if you come from a country with poor education system. Otherwise, no, get educated in your own country and get at least 2-3 years of industrial experience before thinking of moving abroad. Studying abroad with no work experience is like eating bread dry without butter. Studying abroad will add value to your work experience, and the exposure will only enhance your skills. But I'm afraid if you're a fresher coming straight out of college, well, the UK or Ireland doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you select a course based on your interest rather than looking at the job scope. Because when you move to a foreign country, nothing comes naturally to you, be it the local language, the local culture, the people. You'll have to adjust to a lot of things, so just make sure that you don't have to adjust to the education at least. That is how you can excel in any job that you get. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.